Hey, this is Rikki Roxx, and you are listening to Rox100.com.
The Big Rock.
The Big Rock. Keeping the music alive.
Bon Jovi. Lenny Kravitz.
Hey, all you rockers. This is Johnny J, your host for The Big Rock. Catch me right here on Rox 100 as we are keeping the music alive, rocking the 70s, 80s, and 90s. The Big Rock on Rox 100.
Rock. The Big Rock.
The Big Rock.
Everything that rocks.
Hi, Steve James here. Join me in my Blues Cafe, the show for blues lovers, here at Rox 100, Saturday at 8 a.m. Probably the best blues around. See you there.
Hey folks, head on down to Earl's Meat Shack. Featuring the area's finest selection of new and used meat sticks. We've got everything. Buffalo patty jerky, we've got dick sticks, salami slices, and we even have those pterodactyl flavored everything. If you hit a raccoon, porcupine, or squirrel, we'll lug it in. We'll turn that late night tragedy into a tasty snack. Daddy Thump with your fender never tasted so damn good. We're located in the parking lot of the Dixieland Dirt Mall, just off of Jabroni Street on Telegraph. Head on down. That's Earl's Meat Shack.
Hey kids, would you like to be a rock god the likes of David Lee Roth in his heyday? Then you need to get the
Rikki Roxx Rock God Starter Kit.
Each kit comes complete with black nail polish, eyeliner, sparkly scarf, an actual chick magnet, a velvet jacket to make all the girls go wild, and an over-the-hat skull cap with bandana accessory. Act Now will also include a handy booklet showing you all the best places to wear your sunglasses at night. Regularly a $29.95 value, now yours free when you take advantage of this fabulous offer. But don't act just yet. We'll also throw in a wall poster chart diagramming all the best rock faces to enchant your audience, proven to wet the ladies' panties in mere seconds. For all you newbies, this great kit also includes a CD demonstrating how to push your voice for the radio, taught by Rikki Roxx himself. So quit being a big puss and man up rock style with the
Rikki Roxx Rock God Starter Kit.
Now yours for just $29.95 plus $99.95 shipping and handling. Call now. 1-800-ROCK-GOD. That's 1-800-ROCKGOD. Now. Operators and tattooed hookers are standing by to take your order.
Feel your best before making an arrest. What you gonna pick? Cop pockets when you don't want something salady. Avoid police brutality. What you gonna pick? Cop pockets.
Cop Pockets, filled with juicy jelly, mouth-watering maple and bacon, and creamy custard on a crispy donut.
When you want an easy meal while you're busting that your deal. What you gonna pick? Cop Pockets.
The cop meal in a pocket.
What you gonna pick? Cop Pockets.
Hey friends, Avenue here. Do you wake up from a self-induced flatulence coma? Do your loved ones keep you away from open flames? Are you tired of running away from your own past gas to save your life? Then Poop Be Gone is for you. Poop Be Gone doesn't just hide farts, it overpowers them. The deodorizing enzymes let out love puffs of their own while suffocating your stench, leaving children and small animals safe without the fuss of calling FEMA or a hazmat team. If you're tired of smelling like Rush Limbaugh's diapers, Steve Harvey's relationship advice, and you want to take your life back, get Poop Be Gone today. Available at fine retailers like Earl's Meat Shack, Cunningham Drugs, and liquor stores citywide.
Did you wake up this morning with a nasty rash and nothing but regret? Did you go home with a sweaty bass player last night? Did you wake up wanting to chew your own arm off because some skank's laying on it? Are you feeling a burning, itching sensation in your crotchal region? Do you feel like you need to scratch your ass with tree bark? Are you walking around like you were banged with a Scud missile? Did you meet someone at the bar you thought would actually call you back? Idiot! Then you need Skankosporin. It'll cool that burning sensation before you do the walk of shame to the cab. That's Skankosporin Itch Paste.
Available at In-N-Out Party Stores, Bottles and Stuff, 8 Mile Liquor, and Cunningham Drugs.
The following program is recommended for mature individuals and may contain material unsuitable for morons, cretins, and dishwipes. If you are a moron or a member of the PTL Club, please turn off your radio, because we don't need any more stupid, narrow-minded, pencil-neck geeks who wouldn't know the First Amendment if it came up and bit them on the butt. Thank you.
Rikki Roxx, Rikki Roxx. It's Rikki Roxx, coming out of the box. Bitches come in flocks, trying to steal his jocks. He needs to be contained with padded rocks. It's the Rikki Roxx Show, spreading like the pox. Rikki Roxx, Rikki Roxx. Rikki Roxx, Rikki Roxx, yeah. Rikki Roxx, Rikki Roxx. Rikki Roxx, Rikki Roxx, yeah. Rikki Roxx up in your grill, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Greetings.
Oh, I gotta turn you back up. There you go.
I was like, you got me muted? Shit.
Yeah, I keep forgetting. I turn your mic off on Fridays.
Oh, okay.
So here it is. We are here. Episode number 100 of the Rikki Roxx Show.
Hell yeah, we made it.
Big. You don't have a hockey player for this one.
Nope.
Nothing.
But I wore my my Whalers shirt, so yeah.
Okay. So yeah, here
you
we
might
are.
Want to turn the mic down a little, man. It's hot.
Just like the wings.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, here we are, episode number 100 of the Rikki Roxx Show. A little less than 2.5 years in the making. Got a fire show.
Literally.
A fire show lined up. In the second hour, in the 8 o'clock hour, the wings they're preparing my order right now from B-Dubs. So hopefully by about 7:45, those should be delivered. Thank you, DoorDash, for all of your help. And Nikki's like,
that is not a paid endorsement.
No, and Nikki's like, why don't you just go pick them up? Because she's like,
I thought you said you were going to make her go pick them up.
Oh, I'm like, I can't do it. If you want to go, she's like, you're paying like $30 for 15 wings right now. And I'm like, well, you got to do what you got to do. I ain't fucking leaving the house. I feel like shit as it is.
It's a tax write-off.
Yeah.
Rocks100.com.
Shit. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that in the second hour. All the sauces are lined up here. I have water on standby, and I was reading. They said that buttered bread is good at getting the hot, to diminish. If you can't handle it. So Nikki's like, if you need some buttered bread, let me know, and I'll make some up and bring it down to you guys if you guys are pussies and can't handle it.
Good to know.
And I guess the worst thing you can do, I was reading, is drink water.
Yeah, I read that too. I think it spreads it around.
Spreads the oil around. So I'm like, oh man. So that was probably a bad call. And then I read that.
But if it spreads it around, that means it's diluted over more surface area of your body. So, I mean, just saying.
But I don't think that makes it any less hot.
You would think it would disperse it over a larger area so it's not as intense. You know what I mean?
I think it's still intense. It just spreads it.
Oh well, I guess we'll see what happens.
I don't think it's one of those things that if you eat like a shit ton of it, it's going to be any hotter than if you just had a little. I don't think it gets hotter with the more you eat. I think it's just one consistent hot.
Right. Yeah,
so we'll see how that goes. And we have our nuts and bolts and harsh truths we're going to get to. We have a Pump It or Dump It Band of the Week, featuring a singer of somebody that we have interviewed on here before, but she has a new project with what the hell is his name? Josh Rand from Stone Sour.
Oh, no shit.
So they have a new project, and we're going to be getting into that. And our beer of the week. Okay, so I was reading that milk is good for, coating, your mouth if you eat something hot.
Right.
And
this beer has milk in it?
Well, it's an Imperial Milk Stout.
Okay.
So I'm like, Nikki, I can't be drinking, slamming milk because...
With beer,
because then it'll like curdle, and then
it'll be like doing what's the
Irish car
bombs,
and then on top of that, throwing a nuclear bomb in my mouth. I'm like, this is just like wreck after wreck after wreck, just piling on top of each other. I'm like, I got to minimize the wrecks. So you'll notice I do not have any Jack Daniels in my cherry Pepsi today. I have a nice, hefty, huge Gatorade.
Frost.
And I have water This is gonna be the first time the only alcohol I'm gonna have is beer of the week.
Wow.
But
Turning over a new leaf in episode 100.
Bullshit. The beer of the week is 11.8 ABV. Thank you, Steve Dave, for that one. he sent over a bottle of Bourbon Barrel Temptress. We're going to be getting to that in a little bit. Going over to the chat, Chris Tucker hanging out. Hey, guys, you are about to become two of the hottest guys on Facebook.
Finally.
Got the jokes. Chad Eglers, what's going on? Steve Engel, you guys need to experience the excellent wings from Anchor Bar in Buffalo, New York. The best wings in the world and home of the original chicken wing. All right, next time I go to Buffalo, I'm never going to go to Buffalo.
You never know.
And
when you guys start playing out, you know.
Nolan Gilbert from Oscar Goldman Overdrive. That's another thing we have. You know, we're going to be debuting yet another new Oscar Goldman Overdrive track. It seems like every month or so, you know, one of the guys from OGO will be like, "Hey, can you debut a new song for us?" So I think we have like 6 or 7 OGO songs.
Kind of jealous.
And
I wish I could be doing that.
They're like, "Yeah, since this is going to pretty much be your biggest show ever, can you put a new OGO track in there?" I'm like, "Yeah, for you guys, okay."
Why not?
So we're gonna get into that. Sherry Claire, what's up? A lot of hot sauce in the second hour is what's up. I've been dreading it. You know, like last night I cracked the seal on, so I wouldn't be sitting there
fiddling with them.
You know, so I'm taking little sniffs of it. And the last one, I took a whiff of it. I went upstairs and took a shower. I came back down here and I could still like smell it in my nose.
Oh man.
And it was just like you're just huffing fumes. And it was still just lingering in there.
Oh man, this is gonna be fun.
So then we're gonna have to put this in our mouth. And we have questions we'll be asking each other. You were having a tough time with yours.
I just couldn't think of like what to ask that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Like I was just struggling with it. Cause I'm like, well, if I ask them like super music related stuff, like I think people will get it, but like, I don't know. It's like the stereotypical like bullshit review questions kind of. That's like what I was feeling.
Right.
And then I was like, well, I can't go like off the wall with like just random shit because that would be stupid. But
right.
I think I actually came up with some good ones.
See, this is what I think the thing is. It's not as much about the questions. It's more about, because, you know, this is how it's going to go. Okay, so I'm going to start. I'm going to ask you a question. Or you're going to have your wing, you know, take your little bite, and then I'm going to shoot a question at you. And from watching the Hot Ones thing, it usually takes about 5 or 10 seconds for it to start really starting to kick in.
Yeah, and my struggle was coming up with a question that's going to need you to answer more than I would like this.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, oh, well, and then like by the time you're mid-answer, you're going to be like,
yeah.
Like that's
so
the
I
point.
think it's the reaction that people are kind of more wanting to see rather than the actual answer to the damn questions. So I got mine. I typed them all up. They're on here. And you have yours, I'm assuming, on your phone because you...
No, they're in here.
Are they really?
No, I'm dead serious.
I was gonna say,
they're on my phone.
I was going to say, because after like number 3 hot sauce, I think your mind might be erased. Be like, dude, I got nothing for you. So just pound them down. And I was watching one last night, like Paul Rudd did it. At the end, they just took all the sauces and mixed them together and just like lathered a wing in it.
Did he eat it?
And he ate it. And they were crying, and it was bad.
He was crying?
Yeah.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, he was just, like the look on his face was just like that. So it's a thing. So we're going to get the show started. Nuts and bolts and harsh truths. This is the segment where you send us your question about anything having to do with really anything. And
before we get into that, I've been prepping myself. I've been eating a lot of spicy ass food the last couple of days. So.
I don't think anything is spicy. I don't think these are spicy. It's just hot.
Well, I had spicy hot food, like hot Thai food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I got hot plus.
Well, I think that might take you to like sauce 2 or 3.
Yeah, but the whole thing was I ate an entire meal of it.
Yeah.
So like while I was perpetually burning the shit out of my fucking mouth and insides.
So that's what you were doing. You're just burning it now so it doesn't hurt later.
Got to build up that tolerance.
You know, Nolan in the chat was like, who's going to cry first? Now I think it might be me.
You never know.
Because Kevin's been,
maybe my immune system's weakened. I don't know.
You know, Kevin's freaking eye of the tiger over there, you know. just eating and just sweating and be like,
Adrian!
I gotta get in shape. I got the eye of the tiger, and just burning his mouth.
Oh my
and
God.
He's probably taking a lighter to his taste buds just to freaking kill him. They'll heal. It's fine.
Oh my God.
Look at you.
Heating up a horseshoe on the stove.
All right, so this week's Nuts and Bolts and Harsheries, if you guys have a question that you want us to answer, you can send it to rocks100radio@gmail.com, or alternatively, hit us up, facebook.com/rocks100. This week, we have a question from Danny out of Tucson, Arizona. Hey, guys, I'm in a band, and we are looking at making our band look more professional on stage. My question is it worth it to invest the time and money into a quote-unquote stage show, such as bringing your own lights, stage props, etc., or does it come off as pretentious for a local band? If it's a good way to go, what should be the first thing we should add into our live show? Thanks.
Well, the first thing you should do is perfect your live show before you invest money into stage props, because if you don't look comfortable on stage now, how do you think it's going to look with like all these badass lights and shit and you're still looking all goofy? But that's a totally normal thing to deal with. I mean, even when I was playing for the longest time, like there's the struggle of playing and then mentally like making it look like you're not fucking up or you're not like stressing out. Like I know I've been guilty of it numerous times over the years. A lot of it just comes with playing more shows and like developing the feeling of what normal is. So there's no easy way. I mean, you could have like some pro like fucking teach you, but at the end of the day, even if they teach you, if it's not natural for you, it's not going to work. So
right.
I would spend the time to like maybe ask fans like, hey, or people that have seen you play, like, is there anything I'm doing or anyone else in the band's doing that like turns you off or makes you think like, oh, we don't look pro.
Right.
Start from there.
I get where Danny's coming from because, you're playing a show, you're at whatever venue. You have 3, 4, 5, 6 bands using the same lights. Pretty much the guy running the sound is running the same scene effects like strobes or whatever. And you kind of, you want to differentiate yourself. You want your show to stand out. So at Danny, I'm assuming, this is a band that probably has some energy. They're probably moving around and they kind of want to just take that next step and separate themselves from everybody else. But you do run into a problem. And that problem is usually you only have about 15, 20 minutes to get all your crap set up.
Right.
And nothing pisses a promoter off more than it's like, hold on, let me get my fog machine. Hold on, my DMX lights or whatever they are. I think they're called DMX lights. That you make sound, they flicker. The sound activated things, and nothing pisses a guy off more. Like a sound guy or a promoter. Then you're taking your merry ass time and spending a half hour trying to get, your ego boxes plugged in, and then
we had those. It takes 2 fucking seconds.
Yeah, but
your point still stands.
Like if you start, for a lot of bands,
incorporate stuff that has a very small failure rate. Like,
right.
I think those ego boxes for us were great because you literally just fucking plug it in. My kick light, my kick drum headlight. Heartsick, they did their amps with the LEDs.
Yeah.
Like, you could do little shit like that, and if it doesn't work, like, no one's gonna fucking know.
Right.
If you're talking investing, like, a fog machine and all that other shit, like, dude, you're not gonna have the time to do it. You're not big enough, you don't have a crew, like, there's a lot of other things to focus on than that. It's not gonna amplify the show that much.
You like I said, you run into that problem, and if that's what you want to do, you want to have your own scaffolding with lights, clamped onto it and hooked up to a computer, you run into the problem because there's only one spot you can play, and that's pretty much dead last. If you show up early, set all your stuff up, and you run into that problem of being that band that has to play at 1 o'clock in the morning.
I honestly didn't even think about that.
That's because you're not going to be able to do it in the 15, 20 minutes. You got to show up early. So if you're the kind of band that, hey, we'll get there an hour.
Load-in's at 6, you show up at 7:30.
Yeah, if you're that band, this is not something you want to do. If you're the band that's like, yo, we're there before the bartenders, that's just, we get there and, we have all that time, then yeah, maybe you can, step it up and do the scaffoldings with the lights and the all that crap. Will it make that much of a difference in the overall product?
I don't think so.
I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze. No. You know, it's a lot of extra work for kind of a minimal gain. You know, if your band sucks, you're gonna suck in front of $10,000 worth of lights.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, look at some of like the really, really kick-ass bands that play these festivals during the day. Like, you can tell what sets them apart because you don't see all the smoke machine and the crazy lights. They just fucking rock. They're super talented, and they just have something about their show.
Right.
That's more important than flashy lights and bells and whistles.
You know, I don't know how big his band is. You know, he's saying it's a local band, so I'm assuming he's a traditional local band that normally plays in front of 15, 20 people.
Way to be harsh, Rikki.
You know, that's just what that's just kind of what I'm assuming.
No, I know.
You know, and putting all that crap out there, you're still be playing in front of those 15 and 20 people. You're never going to, you know, even without that, you're never going to make your money back, even on an album, you know, let alone pumping 10, 15, 20K. Those light packages can get pricey, you know. And
especially when you got to have somebody control it, MIDI, like, there's a lot involved. It's not like running down to the Guitar Center, buying this fucking module and like pressing a button and it's like,
right.
There's a lot more work involved in that.
Right. So I'd say, you know, if you're a band, you know, if Danny, your band is, you know, at the top of the game, you know, you're the local bar heroes, you know, and you're playing in front of hundreds and hundreds of people and, you know, you guys are freaking killing it. Then, you know, if you have that money coming in, you want to spend it on something for the show. Say, you know, your amps are all topped out, you know, your recordings costs, you know, that's not an issue, and you just have that. I don't know any local band that has just thousands of dollars in excess money, but
not many.
That's pretty much the last step you're going to want to take in the evolution of your band, is starting to pump thousands of dollars into that. There's better ways to spend,
right,
you know, get a better return on that kind of money than pumping it into lights.
Well, like the one thing, like I was, you know, mentioning Heartsick, like every person sometimes, and hopefully eventually, will want to figure out a way to like amplify their live show. So I think doing the whole light package for a band is like way overkill. Some of it's going to happen naturally and organically. The other part of it, like, you'll just learn over time.
Yeah.
So
to Danny, the juice probably ain't worth the squeeze on investing into that. You know,
invest in merch.
You know, and build yourself a killer merch booth.
There you go.
You know,
you want to put some bells and whistles and lights on shit, like,
put it on your merch booth.
Venues are dark. People see lights and they're like moths.
Right.
You like every fucking show we ever played, we had like the lights strung around everything, and like people would just randomly flock to it, whether they bought something or not. You know, it is what it is. But just the foot traffic alone is, you know,
yeah,
that's where it's at.
That's, you know, if you're looking for adding lights and flashy stuff, you know, your merch booth is nice and easy. You know, adding lights to your gate or whatever that grating stuff is that people hang their shirts on, super easy. Just got to make sure you park by a plug outlet.
Yep.
You know, and usually hope if you're that big of a band, hopefully you have a merch guy, and that's just their job to set all that crap up.
If you're going to blow your load on lights and shit, do it for your merch table.
Yeah, you know, so, you know, have a couple different designs, because nothing is worse about a merch booth than going up to it. There's nothing that shows what the band is, and the shirts are just laid out on a table, and then there's like a CD there, and you're kind of like, well, they're cool, but you put zero effort into your merch booth.
People like variety. Like, if you give them 4 options or even 3, like, it just looks better.
Right.
And, like, if one doesn't sell, like, that's when you just cycle it out of your merch by, like, throwing them into the crowd during your show. Like, do giveaways, raffles. Like, there's a lot of things you can do to minimize losses. Like, I've seen bands where they're just like, oh, well, let's just throw all these shirts away. No one's buying them. I'm like, dude, no. Like, come on, that's not smart.
Right. So, Danny, hopefully that answered your question. And DoorDash says they're heading to me. It'll arrive at 7:30. So we're going to have lukewarm wings.
Oh, Lord.
With even hotter sauces. So, Raz, what's been going on? You were saying before you're a car tech now. You're pretty much taking time off work to go work on cars.
I didn't intentionally take time off to go work on cars. I took time off work because we tried to go on a trip through like Caesars and it just didn't work out. So I had the whole week off. My one buddy Mo has been asking me about needing help doing a whole bunch of shit. So I woke up every day at like 6:30, drove down to Lincoln Park and helped him out basically the whole week. Well, minus, what was it, Tuesday, Wednesday when it fucking snowed?
Yeah.
Couldn't really work on cars in the snow.
How long were you out there each day? I mean, were you doing like a 9-hour shift kind of thing? Or?
A couple days I did like 7. There was like 2 days I think where I did like 5 or 6.
Damn.
But yeah, no, it was fun. Just like learning stuff that you just can't Google.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, no, it was a lot of fun. I've learned a ton of different shit, and it's cool seeing, because like he told me, he's like, yeah, I'm basically quitting my job to just do this shit out of my garage.
Right.
And I was like, oh, well, it's cool to see how the dude makes money, like enough to be able to quit his job. So,
yeah,
I'm kind of jealous.
So is that where you're going to go? You're going to, maybe one day Kevin gets like a little garage somewhere. And,
man, that would be super cool.
Just one of those, nothing big. I see them all the time and nobody ever, I think people just use them for like storage, like on like 8 Mile. I see a lot of them. And then like,
well, like industrial, like storage or complexes, like my buddy's shop, it's literally like one lift in a garage.
Yeah.
And like they park all the cars out front and shit. It's not fancy, but something like that would be cool.
Get like a little, because I see them and they're like, what do they call those? Cinder block, box buildings with a garage door in the front, and you just drive your car in and there it is, just like a little 1-car garage, and people like store, a lot of people from what I hear just store shit in there, but there's a lot of people that, will park cars out or something like that, or work on cars and stuff. So you're going to see Kevin Razlog with a nice bright pink cinder block garage. No. Well, you're working on Saabs, bro. So
Razzies, all pink building. There you go. No, I like at the very least, like just a side hustle. I mean, and plus I like being able to not pay someone to work on my shit, and I'd rather just do it myself. So there's like dual purposes. It's not me trying to be some fucking like certified tech. I'll leave that to the pros.
Yeah. Oh, so that's not something you want to do, like get certified in it and be able to, if Stellantis, closes down and, chip shortage, hey, we're not going to be working for the next 6 months.
I'll start my own auto company, Razlantis.
Razlantis? General Raz?
Oh my God, that'd be hilarious. Or just Raz.
Geez. Razmobile?
I mean, I enjoy, like, actually...
The Razmobile Razmataz GTO.
No, I actually enjoy doing a lot of stuff. Like, it's really crazy how easy a lot of it is.
Yeah.
Like, a little bit of guidance and the right tools. Like, the shit's like Legos. It's really not that bad. Like, newer cars, I can't comment because everything's hooked up to a fucking computer.
Right.
I don't even want to deal with that. Like, shit from the 2000s, 2010s, I'm good with.
Wow. Look at you. So yeah, this weekend, because what was it? Last weekend was the birthday, so I didn't really get to do anything with Nikki. It was pretty much, my birthday was last Thursday. Pretty much.
You booked like 4 days of Rikki just being wasted.
I just didn't do shit, and then my birthday was last Saturday, so we didn't have time to do anything. So Nikki bought Tigers tickets, go see some baseball, and so we went and did that yesterday, and I was telling you off air, it's like totally bonkers because last time I went to a Tigers game, there's 20,000 people. There's a line, for...
Back when things were normal.
Yeah, there's like a line like 30 minutes long to get into the bathroom, and lines for hot dogs are 20 minutes long. And so, there was probably only like maybe 4,000 people there. And... I think it was the greatest thing ever. There was nobody by me, so if I had to go to the bathroom, I didn't have to be like, oh, excuse me,
right.
And all this. You pretty much just get up and go. The only shitty thing about it was like you're walking through the concourse, you got to be masked up, so you can't be walking around drinking your beer. You can only eat and drink at your seat. But there was like no lines for anything. The bathroom.
It's great for the consumer.
Yeah.
It's not good for the business owner.
Oh, it's horrible for the business owner. Horrible. But for me, I'm like, dude, this reminds me of the days when the Tigers just sucked. And that's about as many people that would show up to a game. Right. 5,000-10,000 people. That was literally it. And
there are some perks to that, yeah.
And I'm like, dude, this is like the olden days. The Tigers still suck. And there's nobody here. I'm like, why can't the Tigers just suck forever? So nobody wants to come to see this train wreck. And the game kind of sucked. I mean, it was a horrible game. You know, nothing's worse because baseball's a pretty boring game to watch. And unless you're a huge like freak about pitchers and, you know, no hitters and all that crap,
Right.
It was boring as shit. There was like nobody got on base for like half the game. So I'm sitting there for like a fucking hour and a half. I'm like, nothing is happening. You know, people are just popping foul balls and, you know.
See, I think baseball is a very boring sport in general, like especially on TV.
Yeah.
In person, it lessens it, but I've been to those games where nothing fucking happens.
Yeah.
It is borderline fucking torture.
Well, it's, you know, and this is what I tell, you know, I'm not a huge baseball fan, but I'm like, dude, I don't really go for the game. I kind of just go for the experience of going to a game. You know, you're like, oh, I'm going to get a hot dog, going to get an overpriced beer, and you're going to kind of check things out, you know, because Comerica Park here is a beautiful park, wonderful park. And, you know, just kind of like walking, you know, we walked around Comerica Park probably about 2 or 3 times.
There's a lot of different shit. I mean, obviously it's all closed now, but I mean, like, at least the architecture and like they've got cool statues and like memorabilia and stuff.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, it's
like a little museum.
You know, and it was a nice day, so it's like, okay, you're outside. You know, it was a little chilly, but it was a nice day out.
For Michigan standards.
Yeah. So, you know, that's why it's pretty much paying an exorbitant amount of money to sit outside, you know, and have a hot dog and a beer. Very expensive.
But like I there's a lot of validity to that because when Steph and I went to New York and we caught a Yankees game, like that was one of the coolest parts was like getting a legit like New York style fucking hot dog and like doing all the other shit.
Yeah, it's
you know
not not so much the game,
Right.
It's the other stuff.
I mean,
it's
we were watching the Yankees
you know.
versus like I think the Diamondbacks or something.
Yeah.
Like I had there's no investment in either side.
Right. You know, I mean, Yankee Stadium's like a completely different thing because it's the fucking Yankees, like the Montreal Canadiens of baseball.
But it's an outside, like, open...
But it's like, you know, it's
Comerica.
like a history thing, you know, like
Yeah, that's
Comerica
true.
Park. You know, you have the statues, you have the plaques and stuff that you can check out. Even if you don't care, it's still kind of cool, you know. Oh, fuck, it's the damn Yankees, you know. So it's like not the game, it's more the experience of being like, yeah, I'm at Yankee Stadium watching the fucking Yankees play a horrible Arizona team, you know. And like, I think we were playing.
See,
like,
that's why I always go to the casino for the experience.
Yeah, that's why you go. I need to text Nikki that the food got here way early. It wasn't supposed to be here for another 15 minutes.
No tip for you.
Just want to make sure she gets them off the porch. So yeah, went to the game and the Tigers lost like 3-2. Horrible game. But Nikki got one of those, you know, the message on the big board.
Oh, really?
Thing.
Oh, that's cool.
So she's like, looking at her phone and she's like, okay, 3rd inning. I'm like, what's on the 3rd inning? He's like, oh, you got another surprise. I'm like, you fucking got the billboard or the thing. And she's like, oh, yeah. And then so 3rd inning comes around. They didn't get to it.
Oh, really?
So it's like by the 3rd inning, I'm like, okay, I want to go get some nachos or something like that. And she's like, no, we got to stay here. And so 3rd inning comes and we got our phones out waiting for it to pop up, and it doesn't.
It's
pop.
like a split second. It says Rikki and that's it.
So it doesn't come into 3rd inning. So I'm like, okay, now can we go get something to eat? She's like, hold on, I want to see if, you know, and give it up. You know, the Tigers, you know, whoever's doing it, you know, they tried calling Nikki. Nikki didn't know numbers, so she just,
no shit.
But they texted her, hey, we didn't get to it. We're going to do it in the 7th inning.
I'd be like,
you know.
bullshit, I want my money back.
You know, so it did in the 7th inning. So I'm like, okay, we have like 3.5 more innings to go. You know, so I'm like, let's go get some more food or something like that. This is another thing. This pissed me off. So they have a craft beer place in there. You know, I don't like domestic, you know, like Bud Light shit like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let's go to the craft beer place, you know, get one of those. It was literally a cup about, you know, little
like a Dixie cup,
smaller, a little.
Didn't they have like the little cartoons like Aquaman and shit?
No. It was like a really big shot glass, like plastic clear, and they're like, "All right, here you go, $11." And I'm like,
For
"Are
a
you
sip of beer?
fucking kidding me?" You know, and then Nikki's bumping into me, so I'm like, this is
spilling your $11 shot.
This is $11 shot of beer. So it's like, get to my seat. That was fun. thanks for the drink, Nikki.
It's a lot like the casino, man.
Horrible.
Max bet. Boom. Oh, it's all gone.
Horrible. So that was the crappy part about it. But what's going on in the chat? Next year, hold the birthday bash after a Tigers game. It might be cold, but it'll be cool as hell. I don't know what the fuck that means. All right, thank you for that, Steve.
I think Steve Dave started drinking earlier.
I know.
Well, the thing about the Jumbotron or whatever,
Yeah.
when I proposed to Steph, I actually wanted to have them just put it on the big thing at the Joe. Man, they wanted $1,000 donation to put it on there. So I just proposed on the steps outside going into the game.
Hopefully Nikki didn't spend that kind of money.
I
Because
doubt it.
I'm going to be like, I'm going to have to bitch slap you if you spend $1,000 on that 1 minute
It's the
thing.
Tigers and it's COVID. Like they
Right.
probably wanted like $50 or something.
I
and
hope
they still
so.
fucked it up.
I hope so. So then after that, we went out to eat, and a nice restaurant in the area. I had the best margarita pizza I've ever had in my life. Freaking delicious. And had
Margarita
that,
pizza's good.
I love it. I've had it like once or twice. And we get there, I'm like, well, I'm not really that hungry because the hot dogs and shit from the game. So I'm like, let's just get a pizza. We've never had a pizza here before, and let's just split it. So I go to the bathroom. I'm like, Nikki, you can order. This is what we're getting. Get like an appetizer or something
Fucking
like that.
demanding over here. This is what we're getting, Nikki. Order it and pay for the bill. I'll be right back.
So I come back, and Nikki's like, well, I ordered 2 appetizers. And I'm like, dude, I thought we were just getting the Bosco sticks or whatever they were, marinara sauce or something like that. She's like, well, I wanted the chicken too, and I got that.
Look at you. Hot dogs, Bosco sticks, fucking pizza, craft beer shots.
Oh, God.
Look, the diet of a rock star.
God, I felt horrible. I was shitting weird colors yesterday, as I will probably tomorrow or later tonight.
It's just gonna fall out.
I know. So we get home and
it's gonna be dust.
So we get home and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna chill out for a little bit. I'm gonna run up to Diesel. Dirty White was doing his CD. I don't know if it's really a CD release or just his birthday show or whatever the hell it is. But he had to cancel like 3 times, because of COVID.
Oh.
So he finally gets to do it. Jamie Brady, good friend of mine from Osler Goldman Overdrive, who we'll be hearing in a little bit, was playing drums. So it was Dirty White, doing the rapping, and then he had a DJ and a drummer. So I'm like, okay, cool. This isn't my scene at all. I knew nobody there, except for the guys.
That was like when I did that rap show at Simon's.
Yeah.
I was so out of my fucking element, dude.
I mean, it was bonkers as fuck. It's like I show up, and usually when I go like Diesel, like I'll know a majority of the people there.
Oh, it was probably like an entirely different world.
Completely
different bartenders, different owner.
It was the same bartenders. And
No,
all
I
that,
know, but
it's like normally at like rock shows, you'll have the dudes with the long hair and the flannels and whatever the fuck.
There's just like the stereotypes everywhere.
Yeah.
And then you go to a different kind of genre show and it's like you still expect to see some of that.
Yeah.
And then it's like, no.
Yeah, it was a stereotype. You had a lot of guys with the nice, clean Adidas, and I guess they call them fresh kicks. I think that's what you call it. So it's like I'm standing in the back like a fucking boner. I'm like, I know nobody here.
Like a fucking boner.
So I'm just like standing back there sipping my drink and yada 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 like this. And this, I was talking to I can't remember, it was the guy that was doing the lighting. And okay, so Friday there was a Metallica tribute band there. Supposedly there was a girl who died for a second.
Wait, what?
She was drugged.
Oh.
With the F word.
Really?
Yeah. And luckily they were able to bring her back, but the guy was saying, he's like, yeah, I'm seeing this a lot. That, every week somewhere in Detroit at a bar, somebody's dying. Getting slipped, whatever the hell it is. So I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm holding my drink like this, like in front of my eyes as I'm walking, because I'm like, I know there's motherfuckers out there that want to kill me. So,
Jesus,
yeah,
dude.
So it's like a thing. And so, I'm hanging out, and the guys from OGO were there. So I'm like, okay, well, there's a couple guys here that I know. I was talking to Johnny, and Nolan was there, and of course,
I'm about to invest in some fucking Narcan, bro. Like, always got to have that handy. That's fucked up.
It's like now I want to get like a like a sippy cup thing, that I can put on top and just You know,
it might come to that.
You know, I'm sure they got like adult sippy cups and be like, just can you refill my sippy cup?
Well, shit. When we had our show there, they were giving me shit about my bottle of water. No outside beverages. I'm like, even if I'm fucking playing, I can provide you water. I'm like, yeah, but you could slip something in it and I'd have no idea. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Now when you get your bottle of beer, you're like, I'll open it. Right. I'll pop the cap on it. It's bonkers as shit. You know,
I mean, as fucked up as it is, if that's what it's got to come to, then I'm fine with it.
It's scary. Like, I was sitting there, I'm like, Jesus Christ, it happened here? Like, yeah, the girl, you know, it's like a younger kid Metallica band. And they're like, the girl was like 17 years old or so. So it might have been just like pop or something like that. And she just, boom, right in front of the door. And then they got her back, and then the ambulance took her, and I guess she's on the mend and she's be okay.
Jesus.
But I'm like, oh my God, this is a fucking thing. So getting back to the show, not to go Debbie Downer on it. Where's my Debbie Downer drop?
Always there to tell you about a new disease, a car accident or killer bees. You beg her to spare you, Debbie, please, but you can't stop Debbie Downer.
All right, so back to
Rikki. the laugh track was on point, baby.
So I was at the show, and like I said, you know, it was the stereotypical hip hop crowd, you know, like the fresh kicks and all this, and like clothes that I can't afford. You know, I'm sitting here in like, you know, the T-shirt that I buy in packs.
Did you have all the makeup and everything go too?
No.
They might have mistaken you for like ICP or
I know.
bro.
I should have. I should just came as Violent J. And I'm here. Whoa.
Violent R.
Yeah. And so it's like I'm hanging out in the back, you know, and then the guys from OGL were there. So I was just kind of hanging out with them, talking to Johnny and Nolan and Jamie. And so I can't remember all the I can't remember all the artists on it, surprisingly enough. Flagrant Music. I'm not a hip hop guy. I've never got into it. It was never part of my youth growing up. I just wasn't. It's just something I was never kind of exposed to.
That's fair.
You know, so Flagrant Music opens it up. I guess he's part of that Juggalo crowd because they're doing a lot of woot woot things. You know, I get people. I don't know what's good and what's bad when it comes to hip hop. I don't know. I don't know what people consider good. Yeah. You know, I'm like, it's pre-recorded stuff, so you can't blame the guitar player. You know, they don't really sing. They just kind of like rhyme. So I'm like, okay, I can't judge them on their singing. There's really nothing I can judge it on. You know,
there's no musicianship. Well, not musicianship per se, but it's kind of like walking that line.
And from what I gather, you know, you judge hip hop artists based on, you know, how they rhyme things and how they make words work together.
Like lyrical content.
Yeah, I think that, you know, obviously that's the one variable, you know, and
so how do people like mumble rap? Because like you can't understand a fucking word any of them say. But then again, I guess it could go the same way as metal. Like people are like, how do you understand what they say? And I'm like, it's called Google, and you just look up the lyrics.
So, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm listening to, you know, the guy rap, and I'm like, okay, well, it's good. You know, there's a little too much woot woots and all that, but I'm like, okay.
He talked about chess and Parcheesi. That's pretty wicked.
So I'm like, okay, cool. You know, and CJ was there too. I saw CJ.
Right on.
So I pretty much had the last incarnation of the Rikki Roxx effect there. And then after that was a rapper called Ryan Scott. He kind of looks like a dork. You know, he kind of has like the nice button-up shirt, his hair nicely brushed and all of this. And he looks like the guy that'd be studying for his SATs at 3 o'clock in the morning kind of guy.
He was studying for his RAPs.
Oh, look at that. Wow. And then after, you know, and he was good, and he ended up coming back out with Rick later in the night. And then Red, who I've actually known him for a long time. He just won like some DMAs for hip hop and all that. So he's really good. And the thing that I liked about it, he can actually sing. You know, so he'd do his rap thing, and then he'd have a singing part. So I'm like, okay, well.
So he's like the rap version of Josh.
Kind of.
Singing and screaming, rapping and singing.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, there's you know, you're not just yo, 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 you know, doing your raps, you know, he's singing and shit in there. So I'm like,
I'm just kidding.
So I'm like, okay, you know, it's super cool. And I went up, said hi, and it was a great set and all this. And then Rick comes out, and I really liked what he did. He kind of, you know, it's like old school rap, like Run DMC. So it's not like, oh, bitches and suck my dick.
Drugs, money, and killing people.
It's like old school hip hop kind of stuff. And he kind of, you know.
Cruising on the street in my 6'4".
I actually just watched that movie the other day. Cruising down the street in my 6'4".
Yep.
You know, Easy-E. But it was like.
Says the guy that doesn't know shit about rap.
Well, I like watching crime.
Pop culture rap.
Yeah. And so, you know, he kind of puts a lot of like rock kind of stuff in there. Like some of his tracks will have you like Rolling Stones or something like that. And he'll kind of rap on top of that.
That's cool. And that's always been one of the things with like rap and hip hop that has lost me for the last long bit. Like when Jay-Z and Linkin Park did their thing, I was like, see, more rap should do this. Have like a full band. Beezy and the Riff Kids, they used to play at Simon's all the time. They had fucking guitars, drums, the whole 9 yards. I loved that. I wish more artists would do that.
And that's, you know, because I've known Rick for years. He's a fan of rock too, you know, and I like that he makes it easy for dumb shits like me who listen to rock music, like old classic rock. I could appreciate it because he's bringing
an element.
He's bringing me into it, you know, rather than just kind of shit. You know, it's like super cool and super high energy and all that. Jamie did a killer job. You know, I've never seen him drum doing the hip hop thing, you know, with the backing track or with DJ tracks and all that. It was really kind of cool and
totally different style and element to drumming.
Yeah, you know, I've seen him do metal, I've seen him do rock, but I never see him do hip hop, and I guess he used to do it all the time. And super cool. So, you know, I'm drinking, and they don't kick me out at 11 again. So I'm fucking hanging out drinking still. So
perks of being a rock star.
So I get out of there about 2:00 again. And I come home and I'm like, shit, I got all this stuff to do for the show. I got to get the new scenes made for the hot sauce stuff. I got to download all this stuff and get everything ready. So I start working on it. Then my buddy Derek calls me. And I'm like, okay, well, I can take a break, talk to him for a few minutes. I talked to that motherfucker for like 3.5, 4 hours.
Wow.
So
was this before or after your butt got grabbed?
Okay.
Thank you, Jamie.
Okay, so I'm at this show yesterday, and I'm talking to Jamie, you know, sitting by the bar and all this, and there's a guy there, you know, he looks like a metal guy, like long, stringy hair, you know, he's got like just kind of like a beat up hoodie on, you know, he doesn't have his fresh kicks and like everybody else, you know, he looks like a grimy...
He's sitting there drinking like this.
He looks like a grimy motherfucker, you know, he's drinking his like Miller Lite or something like that, you know, they're doing shots at the bar, and I go look at the stage, and then this guy, he looks at me and starts pointing, he's like, you... And he's like, hey, man. And I'm like, I turn to Jamie. I'm like, I don't know who this fucker is. You know, I'm thinking that he might be like a
hater or have a hit on.
Well, I thought he was like maybe a guy that was in like a band or something like that I might have known at one point or another. So
Johnny Reinhardt actually seen that dude grab your ass too.
I guess everybody did. So I turn around, you know, I'm like, Jamie, this dude is like staring at me and pointing at me. He's like, who? And I'm like, this stringy, like grimy looking dude. So I turn back around toward the stage. This guy comes right over to me, hand behind, like a full on butt cheek, you know, handful of.
Did he do the tickler?
No, like that. He's like full cheek in hand. Like I could feel his nails almost penetrating, you know, so there's almost penetration. And he gives me this hug. He's like, hey, man, what's up? I'm like, hey, bro.
He like fucking picks you up.
And
like he's palming a basketball.
Then he circles back around, you know, looks at me. He's like, oh, dude, I thought you were somebody else.
Wow.
And I'm like, Jamie, I think I just
got sexually assaulted.
I think I just got assaulted here. And he just starts cracking the fuck up. I'm like, oh my God, I need a drink. This is what rape feels like.
Come on, Ricky.
I'm like, I felt used.
I think rape's a little extreme.
It was getting there. couple more shots, that guy might have gone full insertion.
Oh my God.
You know, and I'm like, I need a
This
fucking
stringy old guy.
it's like, Marie, I need a fucking drink. You gotta keep these things going now. I've been abused. I've been sexually abused by this greasy dude. And
now you know how the women feel.
Jamie's laughing his ass off, and he's like, "Oh my God!" You know, Johnny's like, "Oh my God, he just got raped," and I'm like, "Pretty close."
We don't condone that on the show, by the way.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not fun. You know,
it's not.
It's not fun. It wasn't a good time for me. I felt like awkward. You know, I didn't want to. I was like, "Don't look at me. Don't look." Like shame. I felt shamed, and so I'm like, I need some drinks. I'm just gonna go full bore. You know, and
well, your butthole's gonna get more ashamed after tonight.
I know, my butthole's just getting used this weekend.
It's like, God, Rikki, why?
Oh
you
my
turn 40
God.
and all of a sudden you just shove things in me.
It's just horrible. God, that was a horrible
Why you
time.
hate me, Rikki?
Babe, don't look at me. Don't look at me. I'm ugly. Jesus. Woo. Yeah, so that was the one awkward part. So
the one and only awkward part.
So thank you, Jamie, for bringing that up.
Hell yeah, thanks, Jamie.
Dude had a handful of a stranger's ass. So yeah. So here we are. We're at 7:45. We gotta get into our Pump It or Dump It Band of the Week. This is actually an interesting one. It just came out on Friday. It's called The Life Project, and it features Stone Sour guitar player Josh Rand, their lead guitar player. And he joined forces with Cassandra Carson from Paralandra, who we talked to when was it?
Back.
Episode 20.
Wow.
Back in July of 2019.
Okay, that was a long while back.
About 80 episodes ago. So, you know, I'm like, okay, well, this is a new thing. And they just put out a new single on, like I said, on Friday called The Nothingness, and it's on streaming services and all that. Got the EP coming out this summer. Facebook.com/The Life Project Band or thelifeprojectband.com. It's been all, you know, Stone Sour's on a big hiatus now. You know, Corey Taylor came out, I think earlier this week and said Stone Sour were putting it on the back burner.
Oh, really?
Indefinitely.
I didn't even know that.
He's focusing on Slipknot and his solo project.
Oh, shit.
So he's like, everybody in Stone Sour is going to go do their own thing. If one day we come back and do something, we'll come back and do something.
Well,
but right now, hiatus.
Before COVID, I mean, they were out touring pretty heavily as Stone Sour, which between Slipknot and that, I don't know how the dude has time to do anything, let alone keep writing fucking hits and badass albums. But
right.
Wow, that's crazy.
So teamed up, I was going through Blabbermouth like on Friday. And I had to do like a double take. I'm like, okay, you know, Josh Rand, Stone Sour, new project. And I see in, you know, the bold Paralandra singer Cassandra Carson. I'm like, wait, the same Paralandra that we talked to? She was the one that was like in Arkansas going through the cornfields and her phone dipped.
Yep.
You know, and I looked at the music, watched the music video. I'm like, holy shit, it's Cassandra. So I'm like,
that's
okay,
awesome.
This is going to be the Pump It or Dump It Band of the Week. You know, they only have like 800 likes on Facebook. So I'm like, okay, technically they're an independent band.
Just so give Corey Taylor a call. Hey, man, hook us up.
It just
80 million.
It just happens to have a lead guitar player from Stone Sour.
Right.
So
that's super cool, though.
So we're going to get into the music video for that. If you're listening on Rocks100.com, hop on over to the live stream because you will not be able to hear the music on the audio stream. One day I'm going to figure that out. And so head on over Facebook.com/Rocks100. Check out the video stream so you can.
Did we want to throw that OGO song in or did you want to wait?
We're going to do that while we are transitioning from Beer of the Week into the Hot Sauce Challenge. So, because I'm gonna have to play two songs there because I got to move cameras around and shit.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna do OGO after Beer of the Week, and we'll play some Paralandra there too. And so yeah, here it is, The Life Project. Their song "To Nothingness." Check them out on Facebook, Facebook.com/The Life Project Band. Give them a like. Tell them Rocks100 sent you. Maybe we can get an interview with Josh.
Dude, that'd be cool.
Yeah, from Stone Sour.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe could be a thing. So here it is. Check it out. Head on over to the Facebook page. Give it the thumbs up if you dig it. Give it the face if you're not into it. I don't see why you wouldn't. This is a phenomenal song. So here it is, The Nothingness, The Life Project, right here, episode number 100 of the Rikki Roxx Show, Rox100.com. All right, there it is. It takes me a minute. There was The Life Project, this week's Pump It or Dump It Band of the Week. Their song, The Nothingness, it was just released on Friday. People seem to be digging it. Shout out to Miss Cassandra Carson. Phenomenal job. It seems her and Paralandra, and now this, she's on her way up in the world of music. So super cool, phenomenal singer. I played it for Nikki, and she's like, I think she's a lot better version of like Lizzie Hale. You know,
that's a pretty fair assessment.
She's kind of got that kind of like husky, powerful voice. I'm like, well, the only thing that Lizzie Hale might have is she can do like that ultra high.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like pterodactyl scream.
You know, so, you know, super cool. And Congratulations. Last week we had Devils by Definition out of Windsor, their song Piece by Piece. It received 12 votes, so super cool. I'm going to get in touch with those guys and talk about life in Windsor. So, we're going to get into the segment here. I got to find where the hell that drop was. Here it is.
Beer of the week.
All right, this week's beer of the week. I need the backing track. Whoops. Okay, here it is. All right, this week's beer of the week. This comes courtesy of Steve Dave. He sent this over for episode number 100. There's the bottle for it. Thank you, Steve Dave, for this one. This is from Lakewood Brewing Company out of Garland, Texas, and their BBT, Bourbon Barrel Temptress. Let me turn that music down a little bit. It seems overwhelming.
That's what she said.
There it is. This is an 11.8 ABV, 56 IBUs. This is an Imperial Milk Stout. Quick description on this one. Everything you love about our Imperial Milk Stout, but boozier and nicely aged. One could go so far as saying Bourbon Barrel Temptress is the cougar of milk stouts. A MILF stout, if you will. Hints of vanilla, oak, toffee, caramel, and roasted coffee intertwined with a boozy, dangerously smooth treat. Take your time with her and she'll reward you. BeerAdvocate.com actually gave this a 9.6 out of 10, rating it as one of their world-class beers. I don't know how much Steve Dave paid for this one, but Kevin Raslin, what are you thinking?
Dude, this is really good. And, like, I normally do not really care for the bourbon barreled shit. I don't know, something about the taste just doesn't really do it for me. But, dude, this is really damn good. This is like all the things I normally would not like, all thrown together. Yeah, man. I actually really like this a lot. It's like super fucking smooth, complex, but like simple at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going 9, man. This is real good.
You're going to go 9 on this one? I'm going to go 9.25. I think this is probably one of our highest rated ones so far.
Dude, this is really, really good.
This one, I enjoy it. Like you said, it's smooth, and it has... You run into a problem when you start putting a lot of flavors together, where you'll inevitably have one that's overpowering another one. This one...
It's like perfect.
The balance is immaculate. You know, everything, you know, from... You can taste every
excellent mouthfeel.
There you go. You know, you can taste all of the components. You can taste the vanilla. You can taste the oak. You can taste the toffee, the caramel, and the roasted coffee. You know,
it's like one after another as it's like going down your throat. Like you just get a hint.
Yeah, and the way
they really good.
The way they interact with each other, you know, and having been barrel aged, you know, you get the taste of the barrel age, but you don't get that overwhelming whiskey taste.
That's what I think always kills it for me.
And
because I like whiskey, but like when I drink that, I'm drinking to like fucking party and get hammered.
Yeah.
And when I have that in a beer, I'm like, hold the phone. This is not that situation.
You know, so you taste the oak from the barrels. I think that's where, you know, probably where they're getting that taste, and you're not getting
as much of the whiskey.
You're not. I don't know if maybe they just let them sit in non-used bourbon barrels, you know, and they just age it.
It's refined
in it. But you don't get that whiskey taste. And for a lot of people, that's a big turnoff. They're like, if I want whiskey, I'll drink fucking whiskey. I'm not going to pay 5 times more for a beer that tastes like whiskey.
Right.
You know, but the profile on this is phenomenal, immaculate. Everything works together. You know, nothing's overpowering anything. You know, let me show in the camera. And when I poured these, you know, you didn't get a huge head on them. It's really dark, but it's not chewy.
It almost looks like you're literally drinking fucking coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it definitely is not chewy, which is a huge plus in my book.
It's not chewy. It's all taste. It's all flavors. There's all of them work.
Steve Dave, thank you again, man. This one, whew, real fucking good.
This is their best BBT since 2015, says Steve Dave. So that's...
He would know.
Melinda Parker says she loves fudge stouts. I've never had a fudge stout. I kind of would like to try that one day. But
this makes me feel like, oh man, this would be excellent in the winter by a bonfire.
Oh, definitely.
Either way, I mean, I'm definitely enjoying it right now, but I feel like that'd be the perfect like environment for it.
Yeah, when I saw milk stout, I was thinking this is going to be super creamy. This is going to be a thicker one.
It's definitely far from that.
Definitely not thick.
There's really not a lot of creaminess to it. It's kind of quick.
You kind of get that smoothness from the milk. So it makes it smoother, but it's not creamy. It's not thick. It's it's not going to fill you up. It's not like you're eating a dinner. Drinking a dinner.
Drinking a dinner.
It's Steve Dave. I don't think milk stouts can be chewy. The addition of the lactose thins it out. I could be wrong though. You're probably not. You're never wrong. So yeah, I really dig this one.
Maybe the chewy part's like the hoppiness. I don't know.
I
just drink these because I like to drink.
So yeah, that is this week's beer of the week. Thank you, Steve Dave, for the awesome gift for episode number 100.
Yeah, really good.
I was kind of hoping it was going to be a little creamier because once we start dipping into these hot sauces, I heard that
you want your tummy curdling.
Curdling?
Yeah.
Might as well.
Like Irish car bombs.
I know. It's horrible. I'm just eyeballing these hot sauces right now. It just looks like a plethora of pain.
Well, I was up in your bathroom. I noticed you had moved a urinal closer to the toilet so you can fire out of both ends.
A urinal right by my toilet?
I'm kidding.
I'm the one guy with a urinal.
I'm kidding.
I have a urinal in my toilet. So yeah, that's this week's beer of the week. Super cool. So we're at 8 o'clock exactly. I have to move some cameras around, so we're gonna get into a 2-song break coming up pretty quick. Quick before I get into, because I don't like playing too much songs too close together because Facebook likes to tag it and knock my stream off, so I feel like I got to talk a little bit more. So upcoming shows, if you're in the Metro Detroit area, May 1st, I'll be at the New Dodge Lounge with Screw, Tiger Sex, and Oscar Goldman Overdrive. We're going to hear some Oscar Goldman Overdrive here in a minute. $10 at the door. So come out for that one. I'll be back at the New Dodge on May 22nd with Cougar and Slumlord Radio and Vaz. We'll be talking to their guitar player, JT Jasinski, next week. And I was asking, hey, you guys got any music? No, we're recording our first album right now. But they've gotten a lot of traction, just on word of mouth and live shows. So super cool.
Hey, I've been there.
Yeah. And then on June 12th at the New Dodge Lounge with Without End, Falling Stronger, and Storm Theory. And then fast forward into August 13th, I'll be at Diesel for Jungle Rot, Convalescence, Filth, Dead Nerves, Casket Robbery, Blood of Angels, From Blue to Gray. You're friends with those guys from Blue to Gray.
Yeah, it's crazy. We're talking about August already.
I know. A Silence, Arkham, and Fate of Misery, and Casting Shadows. We have a bunch of dates, and I'm not going to go into those, but because a lot of them haven't been announced yet. So I was making a nice graphic for Casting Shadows, and it's like I know what the shows are, but half of them haven't been announced. So
you should just blur out where they're at just to tease people.
Yeah, I did. And I'm like, I don't want all these big blocks not yet announced, and like 3 dates.
It'll make you look that much more badass.
Nah, it doesn't at all. And upcoming guests.
Fans will think so, Ricky.
Yeah.
It's better than the TBDs that I had to put on all my tour flyers.
Dude, I was bringing up fans. I was talking to Marie yesterday at Diesel. We were talking about the show, and she's like, oh man, the Casting Shadows fans were freaking awesome. With their, they were biggest tippers of the night. They were just going fucking bonkers. Nice. I'm like, oh Jesus, that's a good problem to have.
Right.
And so super cool. I need to come up with a clever name for Casting Shadows fans.
I tipped the bar like 60%, but they also didn't ring up 3/4 of my bill. So
yeah, I looked
like she even made it known. She's like, yeah, I forgot to ring in a bunch. And I'm like, hey, that just means more money for you.
Mm-hmm. So, upcoming guests, like I said, JT Jasinski next week from the Lansing band Vaz. May 9th, episode number 102, we'll be talking to Kyle Bolduck, the vocalist and guitar player for Lydia Can't Breathe out of Central Florida. And I am really dragging behind. I got to start booking some guests.
Hey, I'm really stoked about that one.
Why?
Because they're like a big fucking band. Are you kidding me? Like that's not
I wasn't sure if there was like a particular reason.
I mean, I personally like dig the band, but they're just on that like higher level. And basically, long story short, I'm friends with the guy that is doing PR and shit for him.
Yeah.
And I met him through like Ava Under Fire. So like he literally made a post, was like, hey, does anybody want to interview Lydia Can't Breathe? I'm like, hey, man, send me an email. And he's like, oh, cool. Like, what dates work for you? I'm like, why can't all bands be this easy?
I know.
Like, same with the Matt one. I just messaged him on Instagram. He's like, yeah, man, I'm down. I'm
it
like,
seems
what the
it's
fuck?
either super easy or
impossible.
You know, it's
when
like,
they start asking for donations and shit.
Depending on who it is, I'd be like, yo, I'll send you $20. I'll tell you, $20. I'll pay you $1 a minute. 20-minute interview. I'll give you $20. You know, it's like a sex line. 99 cents a minute.
God. Rikki Roxx's sex line.
I was doing this on Friday. Yeah, the Alan Allman voice. The sexy.
Oh, we should do a
talk.
commercial. Like a spoof commercial for that.
We should. My Alan Allman voice.
No, write it down so we don't forget.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to get into some music here, and I'm going to move some cameras around and...
prepare for this debauchery.
Did you see if the wings were upstairs?
No, I did not.
I heard Nikki clanging some plates around.
She was
upstairs.
doing dishes.
Oh, Jesus
if you want me to grab them on my way back down, I will.
Yeah, if you do that, that'd be great. Okay, so we're going to get
Otherwise, we're not going to be able to do the wing challenge.
Oh, yeah.
You got paper towel and, like, wet naps and a fire hose?
No, I don't, actually.
I'll grab some shit while I'm up there.
Okay. So we're going to get into some brand new Oscar Goldman Overdrive. Their song called The Race, where we get into that. World debut. First time anybody outside the band's ever heard this song.
Oh.
So super cool world debut.
I thought you meant first time as in this is the first time us world debuting something.
Oh,
and I was like, I'm pretty sure we have.
Like half of our world debuts are Oscar Goldman Overdrive.
That should be a Guinness Book of World Record.
Yeah. So
we need to call those motherfuckers.
We're gonna play some OGO, their new song, The Race. We're gonna follow that up with Paralandra, and we already played. Let's not do that.
Throw on some shoulder.
Well, I have two other songs here that kind of relate to what we're about to dive into, just by the song titles. Reverend Jack, who had a song called Putting Out My Flames with Gasoline, and my old band 6 Months Gone in our song I Am Burning.
Let's do Reverend Jack.
Okay, we'll do some Reverend Jack. Putting Out My Flames with Gasoline coming up after Oscar Goldman Overdrive and their new song, The Race. I'm hearing June, July. That album is going to be coming out, so keep an eye out for that one. So here it is. We're getting ready for the Hot Sauce Challenge. Here it is. Share it. It's going to be a thing.
It's about to go down.
It's about to get nasty. And going to be asking each other questions. It's going to be a good time. So share it to all your friends and get it out there. I want to get double digits for this thing because I'm not blowing my butthole out for one person.
I know. I kind of wanted to go live, but then I realized...
We are live?
Well, no, like on my Facebook.
Oh.
Because I felt like more people might interact, but then I was like, oh, they won't be able to hear shit.
Yeah.
But they might just enjoy the cringiness of us not being... Who knows?
All right, so here it is. We're going to get into it. I got to move some cameras around and everything. So we'll be right back in about 8 minutes with the Hot Sauce Challenge. Questions, hot sauces, and this guy...
Flamin' Butthole.
I'm Sean Evans, and you're watching Hot Ones. It's the show with hot questions and even hotter wings.
We're going to be doing that.
Hell yeah.
So here it is. We'll be right back after this break.
Rocks what? Oh.
reality. Moving fast, I'll kick you in the ass and won't leave a trace to see. Don't believe what the rich folks say, I'll just play the bird. Working for the man, it's time to make your stand. Living in your eyes, so down and pedal down, running till the end. Gotta fight the fire down to the wire, the war is yours to win. No one to blame, there's no more shame in the world that's so damn mean. Out on the prowl, they can't stop me now, putting on my flames with gasoline. Always secure, laying the fool. Your nose to the ground, got your soul in blind, you're bending all the rules. Don't believe what the rich folks say, I'll just play the bait. Working for the man, it's time to make your stand. Living in your eyes, so down and pedal down, running till the end. Gotta fight the fire down to the wire, the war is yours to win. No one to blame, there's no more shame in the world that's so damn mean. Out on the prowl, you can't stop me now, putting on my flames with gasoline. Trying to hold you to the ground. By the hands that hold the crown. They are class all on their own. They're always the first to kiss the stone. Tied your hands and bound to the rope, but I'll let them steal your heart. Down and pedal down, running till the end. Gotta fight the fire down to the wire, the war is yours to win. No one to blame, there's no more shame in a world that's so damn mean. Out on the prowl, you can't stop me now, putting on my flame with gasoline. Gasoline.
All right, we are back. Here it is, the Hot Ones Challenge. Kevin, you have an interesting route you're going to go with the hot sauces in your wings. Okay, we got.
I've had like a whole game plan this last week, apparently, without even thinking about it.
Okay, so for people out there, go through your game plan as you're going to be going through these wings, because right before you're like, should I do the small ones first or the bigger ones? Take people through what you're thinking right now.
All right, so my thought process was I'm going to do the smallest wing for the least hot sauce. So by the time I get to the hotter ones, there's more breading and more stuff to go around.
Okay.
I have no scientific backing. There's been no case studies on this. It's me just thinking outside the box. Much like I just randomly ate a ton of spicy food the whole last week to help prep me for this. So.
All right, so you about ready to do this?
Yep.
I'm Sean Evans, and you're watching Hot Ones. It's the show with hot questions and even hotter wings.
So is it supposed to be like a generous?
However much you want to put on there.
I mean, you said this was like normal hot sauce, right?
That first one's like normal hot sauce.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I'm going to show it to the
I feel like, was that a good amount? I ain't
good.
trying to be no bitch.
Yeah, I think that's a good amount. All right, this is the classic hot sauce. This is 1,700 Scoville units, which is pretty much about as hot as like a poblano pepper.
Yeah, it's got some spice to it.
Okay. So here's question number 1 for Kevin Razlog. Let me pull it up. Question number 1. Looking back, If you could tell 21-year-old Kevin Razlog anything and give yourself any life advice, what would it be?
Buy crypto. Dead serious. Aside from that, I really wouldn't change anything. I'm actually pretty happy with most of the decisions I've made in my life. Sorry to...
Jeez, I went full bore on that one.
Be a pretty basic answer, but... No, it's got a little spice.
All right, after we're done, we're gonna close these up and move them out of the way.
Yeah.
Let's put these over here. All right, so you got your questions ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, so here I go. My first one. Oh, this isn't going to be fun.
No, it's not. Have you ever had a diehard fan for you, not your band, and it can't be a friend or family member? And explain.
Man, this is hot. This is not going to be fun, guys. I'm not going to have fun with this. A diehard Rikki Roxx fan. Early years ago, I did. Not so much. This is not going to be fun. I'm already burning. Years ago, I would. You know, I'd have people that would kind of follow me around, and then as I started getting older, they started getting a little more clingy. So then I kind of just started taking myself out of that element a lot, and God, this sucks. The first one, I'm already like, this is a bad idea.
Well, to be fair, we were a little generous with that one.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to go hardcore on these next ones. But yeah, I used to, you know, and a lot of, they started getting clingier the older I got. So I kind of had to, I used to enjoy it, having those fans, but now I just kind of try to stay away from it like the plague. So, all right. This next one is, which one is that one? Okay. Mark's Barbados style hot sauce. This is 15,000 Scoville units. So probably about 10 times hotter than this last. Oh, God, Kevin.
No, I'm going more. I'm just being safe. I don't want to.
Okay, that should be.
Is that good?
You should be good with that.
All right, down the hatch.
Okay. Question number 2 for Kevin Razlog. In your long and storied career as a drummer to the stars, what is the one move you made in your music career that, looking back, you regret the most? You have to pick one. The one bad move you made. Or something that if you had to do it again, you wouldn't do it.
I honestly can't.
Nikki's over there watching right now.
that one's not bad at all, by the way.
My nose is running on the first one.
There's really not.
You got to pick one.
I guess it would be doing that 7-story fall show in Philly, just because that was a fucking shit show. But it did open doors to help me, so I can't think of any experiences that really I would like redo or take back. I don't know.
Okay.
That one's really not bad, though.
Okay, I'll take your word. We did go a little overboard on that first one. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Number 2.
What was your favorite non-national show and your favorite national show, and did the venue have any impact on your decision? I should have saved that one for last.
No, I'm just waiting for the heat to kick in because they start layering on top of each other. Favorite national show that I've ever done. I was in Dirty Whiskey, and we opened for the Reunited Rat, which is one of my favorite bands growing up. It was at Harpo's. I think it might have been the first or second time I'd ever played Harpo's, and legendary venue, you know, huge. I'm spinning. Huge venue, you know, it seats thousands of people, and getting to open for Rat, one of the bands that I had looked up to as a kid growing up and all that, and they had just gone back together, all the surviving original members. They were out on their, I think, first tour reunited in probably like 10 or 12 years, and they put out a phenomenal record called Infestation. They were touring on it, and got to open for them. Local show? I don't know. I pretty much hate them all. I must say...
Spoken like a true promoter.
Yeah, no, I probably the one last week. That
was an awesome show.
The Ava show. That was probably my favorite one because, you know, I was actually enjoying playing, and it was such a stacked lineup, and everybody was just so positive.
Capacity.
And it was capacity. Everybody was so
That's
positive.
something we haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah, there was like no weird drama or anything like that. So local show, I'd probably say the one last week. Even though...
I didn't realize I was blowing my nose right into the mic, sorry.
Yeah, my nose is already running. This is not going to be fun. We still got 4 left. All right.
I'm actually fine right now.
This next one is Los Calientes. This is 36,000 Scoville units, so about double as hot as the last one.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I just don't want
to... This one is about 15 times hotter than a jalapeno pepper.
It's actually pretty tasty.
Look at this fucker. I'm sitting here snotting everything. You're like, ooh, this is wonderful. Ready for your question?
Mm-hmm.
Question number 3. Who is a band you have played with that you hate the most? Have it be the personalities in the band? If so, who? Or the band member itself? If so, why? And this is like, it doesn't have to be your band. So a band that you've played with.
Oh, a band I've played with, or not like
a show.
Oh, okay.
like a band you're like, dude, these guys are freaking horrible, or this guy's such a douchebag.
So, interesting story. When we played with Bad on Fire, they were kind of dicks to us, like big time.
Yeah.
But like, I personally know John Kay and his brother, and I don't know. It was the weirdest situation because maybe they just wanted like a certain dominance or something.
Right.
But before they played, like they were kind of dicks to us. And then when they played, like they kicked ass. Like they were a really good fucking band. And then I remember we played Dust Fest with them again as well.
Yeah.
And like John came up to me, he's like, "Oh hey man," like was being all nice to me, and I'm just like,
see, Nolan's calling us out in the chat. He's like, "You got to put more on those wings, bro." You see them when they do it on the Hot Ones thing. It's not like they're tossing them in the sauce and all that. It's just like a little bit.
I mean,
but if the crowd wants more,
these last two, I feel like I could have put more. I'm just saying, these last two really weren't that bad. If anything, the first one was almost more on the palate.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, like, I love John Kay. I think he's a very talented guy, but first impression, yeah, he came off like a huge douche, as did his brother. No burned bridges or anything like that, though.
No.
They're all super cool dudes. It was just, you know.
Yeah.
I was young, you know.
Yeah.
Things change.
All right.
So no hard feelings over it.
All right, you ready? You got a question lined up?
Yes, sir. What is your favorite part about being in a band, regardless of playing?
This one's actually does taste pretty good.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Repeat the question again.
What's your favorite part about being in a band, aside from playing?
Like besides playing shows? Or
besides playing
the
in
instrument
general.
part?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I don't know. I mean, it's, you know, hanging out, you know, with the guys, you know, if you're in a band full of cool dudes and you can actually enjoy, you know, hanging out with them when you're not playing, you know, like Casting Shadows, the guys in the band are so fucking cool. Jeff, Chad, and Don.
Like being in a car with them for 8 hours.
Yeah, you know, that kind of stuff. You know, nothing's worse than when you know, have a show that's 5 hours away and there's, you know, one guy in the band that you're just like, dude, I fucking hate this dude. And now I gotta fucking do 5 hours with them there, 5 hours back, and share the stage with them for an hour and be at a venue with them for 5 or 6 hours. So, right. You know, getting to hang out with the guys. You know, that's my favorite part. You know, just kind of sitting at a bar, having some drinks, just bullshitting. You know, I missed that part for a lot of years. You know, Casting Shadows, I finally got to do it again. Mound Road, nobody really hung out. New Day, a lot of people were like sober, so that's no fun. And 6 months gone, they were all doing drugs and shit, so that was no fun.
Wow,
you know?
They were all sober, no fun. They were all doing drugs, no fun. Where's
There's a medium
line?
in there, you know, where you can have a couple drinks. 6 months gone, there was a bunch of blowing shit going around. You know, New Day, Dakota gave up drinking. Law would, depending on the day, she might go full bore, or she might be stone sober. Drew might have a beer. Joe doesn't drink. So that was kind of boring for me. So
no drama in that.
It sucked. I was just like token Elkie in that band. But yeah. Where are we at? Okay, we're at yours now.
The Honey Badger.
Okay.
So do we seriously need to up like the sauce content on this? Because
I mean, I guess if you
haven't really. Now I'm scared because these are the last three.
Well, this is Honey Badger. This is 99,000 Scoville units, so this is going to be 3 times hotter about than the last one.
I mean, does that look good? That's a decent fucking
I guess
chunk.
Good dollop there. All right, so I'll show this one to the camera.
Wish me luck.
All right. Kevin Raslog, question number 4.
Ooh.
It's getting, you know.
I can already taste it. I know it's going to be bad, but I'm kind of looking forward to it. The last 2 were kind of
All right, question number 4. You have the opportunity to go national as a syndicated national FM radio personality. You can pick one person to do a radio show with that you have worked with. Who do you pick? Rikki Roxx, Tiny, or James Planky Jr.? And why?
I gotta pick you.
Why?
I love Tiny and I love Planky. They kind of, I don't say they struggled with the concept of keeping it local or like bringing in like bigger acts a little bit.
No.
We had a great dynamic. I love being on the show with them. It was just, it was like hanging out with the boys, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With you, there is a little bit more structure. There's more business-mindedness into it. And with that, and at that point in my life, I personally just liked it because it was fun.
Yeah.
So I would say, you know, we've made it to 100 episodes. We've done quite a bit more than what Tiny and Plaguey did, and it's not a slight against them, but I just see more in what we're doing.
I think I'm gonna put a little bit more on this one.
Yeah,
because Nolan's.
I feel bad, dude. Like, I put a decent amount on that. The first one still trumps all of these as far as what it's done to my palate.
All right.
I was just getting a little nervous. I don't want to get myself a fucking aneurysm or
okay, I might have already showed this one. All right.
Are you sure this wasn't the hottest one?
So what? Okay, so you're up. All right, hold on.
I want to know what's Rikki Roxx's dream rig. Full deets.
This one's not even hot.
That's what I'm saying. Didn't really do a whole lot for me.
Unless it sneaks up on you at some point. It's like very sweet.
Didn't do much for me. I mean, it was tasty, but yeah. And I put a decent amount on there.
Dream rig. So what are you talking about, dream rig?
Bass, amp, pedals.
I have it.
Oh?
Yeah, my GK stack. I mean, the only thing I'd change on is take the 15 out and do 4 more 10s and have 8 10s instead of 4 10s and a 15. Because it's... Oh, there it is. Yeah, there's some burn on that one once you let it sit for a minute.
I guess I just swallowed all the burn.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty basic, you know, with my stuff. You know, I have my 1000-watt GK stack. The only reason I don't use it is because it's hell to move. So if you're talking dream rig, maybe I'd get something that, you know, a case to put them in so I can just wheel them around. But
I just more said elaborate on if money was no object, dream rig.
Yeah, no, I bought mine. You know, that was my dream rig. It's the same amp Duff McKagan uses. It's the same one Flea uses. basses, I'm very easy. I like my... Okay, so this is maybe where I change it. Back in the day, they used to make... I'm kind of shaking a little bit. My palms are getting sweaty.
Knees weak, arms are heavy. Vomit on a sweater already. Mom's spaghetti.
Back in the 80s, they only made them for like 3 years. I have a couple of them, but they're so old and worn down, they're going to need a lot of work. But they're Fender, it's a Fender Jazz.
I don't think I've ever seen you think so much before you answer.
This literally wipes your mind. It's a Fender Jazz bass neck and a Fender Jazz bass body and a precision neck. Since I got short, stubby fingers, I need thinner necks. And
insert masturbation joke.
I know. And where was I going to go? Oh, and back in the day, they'd have toggle switches on. They don't make them like this anymore. And if you go on eBay and look for them, they're all completely worn out because they're fucking 40 years old. And they're relatively cheap, but the sound is phenomenal. I've got a dozen basses, and I still go back to my passive Fenders. I have very expensive basses. I have very cheap ones. The cheap ones always sounded better to me. And so yeah, I pretty much have my dream rig. I just don't use it because it's a pain in the ass to move around.
Fair enough.
This isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
I don't know. These last two kind of scare me.
Okay, this one is...
I don't know... 4 drop, 5 drops? I
think you should be good. This is Da Bomb. This is 135,000 Scoville units. So in comparison, this is about 60 times hotter than a jalapeno pepper.
I mean, that looks serious.
Okay, so what are we on? Question number 5.
Ooh. I can taste just off the first little bite. Yeah. This one's gonna be a good one.
Question number 5. Who is the strongest musician you have ever played with in a band? And conversely, who is the weakest musician you have ever played with in a band?
Same answer for both of those. John Artuso is one of the most sickest guitar players ever, but at the same time, he's got a lot of areas where he needs to work on. He's so uber talented, and his writing skill is amazing. But there was a lot of times when we played live, I don't know if he just was... Ooh. Haha. You gotta do 5 drops though, bro. Oh, wow.
Go big or go home.
Yeah, you're gonna be feeling this one, brother.
Thank you, Dan Mayer from Cave Radio, for giving this one to me,
too. It's not a slight against John at all. We're all susceptible. Ooh. Yeah, give this one about 2 minutes. Holy fuck.
Oh no, it dropped into the first one. My hands are shaking.
Yeah, this one's got the heat.
I could smell it from here.
So yeah, John Artuso, amazing guitar player. He's just got a couple key things that could really set him apart.
Dude, this one, you can hold it 2 feet from your face and you can smell it. All right.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel it.
Let's go. I'm gonna need a napkin. I got all over my face. Oh, God damn.
All right, Ricky. If you could own...
Oh, my God.
Any car on the planet, money is no object, what would you get and why?
When I was a kid... Oh, God. I'm seeing things. Oh, that's not fun.
That one was significantly hotter than the last one.
When I was a kid, 8, 9 years old, my God. Hold on. It doesn't let up. It just gets hotter and hotter.
No, I know. It's ridiculous. Like, you drink a little water and it feels good for about 10 seconds, and then it's like back with a vengeance.
Oh my God, this is horrible. I'm crying.
It wasn't me first.
Now I know why this is so... Oh! My eyes are watering. I need another napkin.
Nikki, I think we need refills. Thank you.
So when I was a kid...
You've said that 8 times so far.
I was really into Lamborghinis. Oh my God.
I'm about to start crying from laughing. Holy fuck.
And like my dream car was like, I don't know if it was early 90s or late 80s.
Diablo?
Lamborghini Diablo. But then as I got older, I started getting to more...
Thank you.
Like classic cars.
I'm going to give a bunch of these to Ricky.
So, you know, it's kind of a toss-up between a Lamborghini Diablo or like a 57 or 56 Chevy, the one with the straight fins. Those are just classic Detroit muscle, rather than those European jobs. Oh my God!
I feel terrible blowing my nose into the mic, dude.
I can't see.
That one was on a whole nother level. You weren't kidding. It doesn't let up.
It doesn't go away.
It's like you drink the water and you feel a sense of relief.
Oh God.
And then as soon as you swallow it, the fire's back. This last one, I'm not doing a whole fucking dollop like that, bro.
I need my glasses back. I can't fucking read.
I'm gonna do one. Cause that shit is fucking fire, bro.
Oh God. Okay. So this last one.
That was 4 drops.
This last one. This is the last dab. This is 2 million Scoville units.
Actually, hold on. This has got milk in it.
So, in comparison, this one is about 20 times hotter than the bomb.
Can I, like, shovel? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, you're fucking nuts.
Oh, fuck. I can already... Oh, shit, man.
Last question. Kevin Raslog. You can pick between Avarice, Harlow, Shudder, and George and Ede to go on tour for 3 months. And you will play in front of 1,000 people a night and make $1,000 a night for yourself. Which project would you pick, and what would be your last project you would pick, and why?
Shudder 1, Harlow 2, Avarice 3.
What about George and Ede?
Oh, shit. Shudder 1, Harlow and GA tied for 2, Avarice 3.
Why?
Well, I'm a huge metalhead, obviously. And to be fair, Harlow and Shudder are so close. You know the history with the band, but genuinely, the music...
My nose is literally just running into my facial hair. Oh, God.
Shudder was just like the first band where I actually did shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I wish I could have...
Disgusting.
I wish I could have saw it through all the way to like what I did with Harlow.
Yeah.
Avarice, there's certain things that I think limit Joe personally to doing that. He even said he doesn't like being on the road.
Yeah.
George and Ede's gonna be tied with Harlow because I think the music's really good, but I don't know if I could really play that kind of music day in and day out.
Yeah.
I mean, the paycheck's nice, but
how many jobs did you do?
I did 4 small ones. I'll tell you when.
No, you won't.
Yeah, I will. I promise. I'm not going to be an asshole. That's good. I think the Da Bomb was the hottest one for sure. That one's got some kick, but that one,
I don't know, man. All right. I need a minute. Hopefully you guys out there are enjoying this. If you want to donate, head on over to streamlabs.com/Richard Rockman and throw me some money. I ain't doing this for free, hopefully. I mean, I gotta say, these aren't as bad as I thought they were going to be.
But
I thought it was going to be like a whole world of pain, like I wouldn't be able to see straight.
Well, you didn't for a minute.
There was a minute there where I saw the white lights.
But just think, though, we're not spinning them like beat-ups, you know what I mean? Like, shit's still hot.
Would you rather endure the worst hangover or this right now?
The worst hangover just lasts. This will dissipate.
Oh, God.
All right, Ricky.
Oh, God.
If you weren't working your normal job and being like a touring musician wasn't an option, what would your dream job be? And you can't say like your job that you're doing now. Not that I think you would.
Oh, fuck. My nose is like running.
The ghost pepper, like when you inhale, like you feel it.
I think it was a good call saving the bigger wings to the end.
Yep.
So, wait, what was the question again?
If you weren't working your current job.
Okay, like at GM.
Right.
Okay.
And music wasn't an option.
Okay.
Radio, music, anything. What would your ideal backup job? Like, if you could do that, what would it be? But it can't be your job now or anything music related. There go the glasses again.
Hopefully I didn't get any of this on the palms because I'm just rubbing it in my eyes.
I don't think you got it on your palms, bro. You're not that sloppy drunk yet.
Any job.
Any job, he says.
A stay-at-home dad.
That's a weak answer, but no, I guess we'll count it.
I mean, if you don't want, okay.
I was waiting for you to go into a long dialogue of when I was 3, I wanted to be an astronaut, and I went to NASA camp or like something, you know?
No, see, the thing was, when I was a kid, I didn't have ambition to do anything. Like, that's why I didn't go to college, because there was nothing I wanted to do.
I'd be careful with your fingers there, bro.
You're right.
You could end up doing more damage.
I never really had aspirations as a kid to like be anything, you know, like kids want to be astronauts or firefighters or whatever. I mean, I wanted to be a hockey player, you know.
You look so ridiculous right now.
I mean, could I say like a pro hockey player?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I really wanted to be a pro hockey player when I was like.
Any answer is acceptable as long as it's not music related.
Yeah, I'd probably like a pro hockey player, but like a realistic job, probably.
Clorox.
Or, yeah, I'll go with that.
Oh man, this was great.
This was, I mean,
we gotta do this again. Are there hotter ones than these?
They have different ones. I kind of just picked...
This wasn't that bad. I mean, I'm just being honest.
I mean...
You look in worse shape than me, though.
Well, you were prepping for this for like a week.
Not like intentionally, though. It was like, oh, hey, I'm doing that wing challenge. How hot do you want it? I'm like, as hot as you can fucking give it to me. I don't think I've ever seen tears in Ricky's eyes.
I can like feel it. Like it goes like it's still like the top of your mouth.
Yeah.
The back of your throat.
Oh, see.
And then the fumes come up into my nose, which makes my nose run. And now as it's starting to settle in the esophagi in here, that's burning. So it's like a shitstorm of yuck all the way down.
I'll give you the trick that I did. I put all the sauce on one part of the wing, and I purposely swallowed it.
Now, shithead.
So I got least amount on the tongue. Now my tummy might start grumbling, but we'll see.
All right. Well, we went through a lot of tissues here. This was awesome.
I was really hoping we were going to hit, like, double digits, though.
We did at the beginning of the show. Oh,
yeah. Before we subjected ourselves to this. Oh, man, that was good, though.
Jesus
Thanks
Christ.
for the wings, bro.
Here. Like, I was like, oh, thanks, man. This is awesome. I'm like, here, like, this is not fun.
Ladies and gents, thank you.
I need to put my
glasses back on. I can't.
Do you want to throw a song on so you can recompose yourself? And then we can finish out the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, we'll do that. All right. We're going to play 6 Months Gone and I Am Burning.
There you go. And I'm going to go smoke a cigarette because I very, very need one.
And we will be I got to move the camera back and...
You might need to start paying Nikki to do that.
I know. All right, we'll be right back. 6 Months Gone, I Am Burning. I can't hear it.
I am burning.
And we'll be right back after this to close out episode number 100 of the Rikki Roxx Show, Rox100.com.
Catch up to you, to the
I'm back. I don't know where the hell Kevin went, but there we are. The hot sauce challenge. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed that. It was an experience. It's starting to slowly simmer, and I think this beer has been kind of my saving grace with it. The water and the Gatorade, not so much, but slowly waiting for Kevin Raslod to come back. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you dug what you saw on there, please feel free to donate. Maybe we'll do this again sometime, get some different sauces and bring this back. It seems you guys seem to enjoy it. The chat disappeared on the video stream, but going back through the chat, Nolan Gilbert said that's a lot of zeros on that last one. And are you wrapped up in something?
Yeah, I'm going to fix it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You got it?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, that last one, the last dab, the 2 million Scoville units. I was looking it up on. They use what is it? What did I say? The Reaper.
Carolina Reaper.
The Carolina Reaper pepper. And I guess theoretically, if you ate enough of those, in fast succession, it can kill you.
Well, I was telling you off air, the dude I worked with grows them.
Yeah.
He gave me a fat chunk at work. He was like, "Oh, dude, you'll be fine." I was like, "Oh, okay." Dude, within 30 seconds, I was just like,
so I
was burning my whole body.
So out of all of these, which one was the worst?
The bomb, hands down.
Yeah.
And it wasn't awful. It was the water, nothing. It dispersed it.
Yeah.
And then as soon as that liquid was gone, the top of my tongue was just fucking resonating with heat.
Yeah, it's starting to die down now.
But honestly, the classic hot sauce had more tingle than all of them except the last two.
After the first one, I'm like, fuck, this is only a 1700 Scoville unit, so it's less less hot than a jalapeno pepper. And after that one, I'm like, this is not gonna.
Oh, I was nervous.
This is not gonna pan out well if it's just gonna get worse. But yeah, a couple times in there, I literally just started sweating, and my hands were shaking, and my palms were all sweaty. My feet started sweating, my back started sweating a little bit. And I couldn't see straight. And my nose, it just started running into my facial hair and then going into my mouth. And then when I do this, it's kind of like the second helping of it.
Second drink.
Yeah, it's like the second drink. All the fumes are all in the snot, and then getting it down there just spreads it even more. And it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be something where I was going to be in on the toilet. I mean, we'll see, how this all works.
Yeah, the residual effects might be long lasting.
I was almost thinking, because we had extra ones to do because I was telling you about the Paul Rudd one where you take all of them and mix it and go. I think next time we do it, we're going to have to do that. We're just going to have to dump all of them and just kind of toss it in there and go straight for the kill.
We need to have some sort of incentive to do that. So all the listeners donate money to Ricky's PayPal.
Yeah, okay. So we'll do this.
Or my crypto wallet, either one.
We'll do this. Next time we do it, we'll do an event page again, and or some kind of fundraising thing. And if we reach X amount, $100 or something like that,
that's a good idea.
Then we'll do the Hot Ones challenge with, at the end, the special 7th wing. Where we
a little dab of each one.
Oh no! You make the puddle and toss it in there, and the whole wing just coated in all 6 sauces.
It better be more than $100 to do that.
I'm cheap. I'll do it for $100.
I saw how you performed with those, Ricky. I don't know.
I'm cheap. I'm a cheap man. So let's see. Sherry Claire, hot sauce challenge was entertaining. I am burning. Good song. Hilarious choice for the segment song. So yeah, and before that we played Reverend Jack putting out my flames with gasoline, and I am burning. I really thought it was. I thought it was going to be a lot worse. I thought I was going to be in writhing pain, but it was only probably about I don't know how long it was, but a couple minutes of I can't talk and my brain isn't working anymore.
The funny thing was you kept saying the same thing over and over, trying to regain your composure, and I was like, oh, Ricky's fucking feeling it.
Oh my God.
That was funny to see.
It was. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself.
Oh,
God,
dude.
You're all smiles. Seeing Rikki.
No, I saw Johnny G's fucking comment. He was like, Raz looks handling this like a G.
Okay, so Raz has kind of been prepared. I don't eat a lot of hot shit. I'm not a hot food guy, but you've been eating like spicy hot Thai food this week. And
well, to be fair, I always have liked hot and spicy food. But since I knew this was coming up, I think I needed to up my game a little bit because, like, for instance, when I was really young, we went down to Texas.
Yeah.
And we were, like, close to the border and had, like, legit Mexican.
Yeah.
Hot. Nothing authentic in America comes close to, like, the Mexican and Spanish hot.
Yeah.
And I found that out at a very young age.
Was it hot like these were hot?
And my 6-year-old body, it felt like it, yes, but
if you did it, it'd probably be like, okay, it's a little spicy, but
I didn't have the emotional fortitude to understand it because I was so young.
Yeah.
But like Thai food, for instance, right? I had a couple experiences with it like years ago, and I was just like, it's whatever. This one dude I work with was like, dude, we need to get Thai from this place. Trust me, you'll love it. He's like, get hot, like. If you like hot, spicy food, like, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
So the first time I got hot, and I was like, yeah, it's pretty hot, but it's actually really delicious.
Yeah.
So then the last time I got it last week, I got the Hot Plus, and that shit was hot.
Yeah.
I'm sitting at my computer working, and I'm like, like, normally after my lunch break, I'm like ready for a nap. I'm just like feverishly typing, sweating all over, you know.
Oh my God. All right.
It wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought, like, I was going to be writhing in pain.
I think this, next time we do it, we're going to have to go more in, because when I was watching the Hot Ones thing, it's not like they slather it in it.
But you can't, because if you slather it in it, it's going to be bad news. Like,
I think that's what the viewers want, is the bad news.
But the thing is, like, if you slather in it, there's no taste. There's no enjoyment. It's just...
I don't think you're supposed to enjoy it. I think it's just supposed to be hell.
Unadulterated hell.
Yeah, I don't think there's supposed to be anything good about this. I don't see where somebody would take this and be like, I'm in the mood for a sandwich.
This one was, like, seriously my favorite because it was actually, like, tasty, though.
Yeah. Oh, man. We'll do it again because eventually I get rid of all this shit.
Was easily, though, as soon as it fucking made contact with any skin inside my mouth region.
Yeah.
I just was like, oh.
Well, I remember when I got that one when I went to cave, I just kind of opened it and smelled it. And it just lingered. So I'm like, oh, man, once I put this in my mouth, it's just going to stick. And then I tried it. I'm like, oh, this is not going to be good. So, yeah, definitely not fun. Chris Tucker in the chat says, later on, maybe the second coming.
Very true.
We'll see.
Jesus has awoken.
There's something awakening. It's slowly starting to make its way down. And I'm feeling, my stomach ache starting.
Oh, no.
And the burps are there, and so I know it's not. The burps are giving me like that second helping of it, the fumes.
You can light it on fire.
And I feel it making its way down. My stomach doesn't feel great right now. It's making its way down. And
pour some more of that, baby.
Huh?
Pour some more of that, baby, in there.
Oh, I'm out of that.
Oh,
I still got this.
Oh, okay. There's a little lactose in there to help disperse.
And I curdle it all up and just make it a proper good time.
There you go.
Okay, so we're actually at 9 o'clock. We're actually going to get out of here early.
That's got to be a fucking first.
I know. Is that me or you?
I think it's you, honestly. Oh, no. But I could be wrong.
Jesus Christ, Kevin. So next week on the show, we're going to be talking to JT Chazinski from the band Vaz out of Lansing, Michigan.
You need some help there, brother?
Still there. Still in my throat. May 9th, Kyle Boduck from Lydia Can't Breathe, Florida band. It's a thing. It's still there. Like every time I like swallow like my spit or something like that, it throws another hit.
Yeah.
And
one hit, 2 hits. This gives a lot of like reference to Cottonmouth. I think we should play that on the outro.
Did you want to do that?
I mean, fuck, we might as well.
Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can see here. What band is that? That's Shudder. Okay, where's that at? H-I. Okay, right here. I had to go through the alphabet here.
So hard to go through the alphabet.
Okay, so that's all we got, and you know, you had a good time with this. You want to do this again?
I mean, look at me, dude. I'm sitting here pretty. I enjoyed it. It was good.
Yeah,
I got a free meal. It burnt my mouth a little bit. What's not to like?
Yeah, you know, I'll start looking at different, because all these sauces are pretty much just from the show. You know, so I'm sure if I kind of went off the beaten path and found like some like craft hot sauces or something like that, you might get some kind of off the wall.
Ricky's gonna go like 85 million BTUs or whatever the fuck it is. Some dude made this in Afghanistan with fucking napalm.
Because
they say if you do more than one little drop, you'll die. Let's do it.
Let's slather it and see what happens. So we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna do that. Rikki Squirts XX. I don't know how that works.
That's your porn star name.
So glad you guys enjoyed the
dude grabbing your ass. So I mean, you know, you could cross over.
Oh, Jesus. All right, so we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna play some Shudder at Cottonmouth. You guys got anything coming up? You guys another show?
Potentially maybe 2.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. But I think we might
any timetable on these?
Like September-ish time frame, but we think we might not do one of the shows so we can actually like record an EP.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, I mean like the jams were really good. We fucked around and wrote like kind of 2 songs.
Are you guys still home with practicing every week and all that?
That's the goal. I mean, we'll see what happens.
Did you guys practice this week?
No. I mean, Steve's been having some issues. I think he had like a pinched nerve in his neck or something. And like the last 2 months, every time we practiced, like the next day, he was just in like a lot of pain. We don't know what's up with that. So he's trying to figure that out. Alex has obviously his 2 other bands, and you know, there's tons of moving parts when you have younger musicians that are, you know, more available, and then you have, you know, Josh and Brian. They're a little bit older. They've got family and like all that stuff. So it's more so navigating the schedule. But at the very least, like if we could record 3 or 4 songs, like I'd be totally cool with it.
Yeah.
So that's the goal.
Cool. So in Casting Shadows land, we're going to be back out there May 29th. We're going to be at Diesel. We're going to be at Diesel a lot, actually. Diesel in Chesterfield for Fallen Stronger CD release party.
Don't act like you...
The Creeping
like
Chaos and the 5 Horsemen. July 2nd, we're going to be at Diesel, opening for Faster Pussycat and Enough's Enough. The LA Gun Show, I think, got canned. And then moving into September 4th, we're going to be at the Music Factory in Battle Creek, opening for Crash Karma. There's a couple shows that haven't been announced yet, a couple festivals and a couple club shows. So that's what's up. And I'm going to get out of here and make my way to the bathroom because I feel it's happening. So you got anything else you want to throw out there?
No, man, this has been great. I'm loving watching you just wallow in pain.
Just squirm?
Yeah.
I bet that was a highlight of your week.
Anyone want to call in? Let's keep this bitch going longer.
No, we're not going to do that. Sherry, I missed your show. How did Bathurst do? Number 4 last week, or on Friday. So, shout out to them. All right, we're going to get out of here.
So, shout out to them.
We're going to get out of here. Shudder, Cottonmouth. I'll be back on the air Friday for the Rocks Box, the Top 5 Countdown. And then, of course, next Sunday, episode number 101, JT Jasinski from Vaz. We'll be talking to him in the 8 o'clock hour. They have no music out, so it's going to be interesting.
Let's also throw this out there. If any of our listeners make hot sauces and want to dedicate a bottle to our next wing challenge,
there we go.
Hit us up.
Hit us up. Steve Dave, get to work. And like I said...
He's right by the border. He can go down to Mexico and get some crazy shit. It'll be like alligator fucking blood.
There's black tar heroin in this. So yeah, if you like the show, if you like seeing us in pain, we'll do it again.
Not every week, though.
If there's a demand for it, streamlabs.com/Richard Rockman, or if you're privy to PayPal, send a PayPal to donate@rocks100.com, or alternatively, we have, if you want to be a continual donor, we still have the Patreon page.
We accept crypto too.
Patreon.com/Rocks100. Check it out. And what else? Head on over to the gift shop if you want the t-shirt. We still have a couple sizes of the Rocks 100 t-shirt.
Speaking of t-shirts, I've had at least 2 people ask about doing a Rocks 100 shirt with me cartoonized on it. Just a thought.
If you want to fund somebody to make you cartoonized,
I mean, I'll fund it. I just think there might be a little demand.
Very little. The smallest order we can do is 12, so you got to get 12 people to be into this.
All right, 12 people right now. Do it.
Kevin's gonna buy them all.
And then
I got enough Kevin
for twice the price.
I got enough Kevin Razlog t-shirts for 2 weeks without washing them.
Spam the Rikki Roxx Rocks 100 page with "We Want Raz" shirts.
There it is.
Hashtag more Raz.
I'll look into, because that cartoon thing
that
was...
shirt, like, everyone loved it. Like, it was, I joked at first. I was like, you would love to immortalize yourself on a shirt in a cartoon form that looked exactly like you in cartoon form.
Yeah.
But I was slightly jealous, because I was like, man, I want to be cartoon form on a shirt.
Well, that cartoon was, that was on the New Day Revolution t-shirt, and I just kind of took my character, so I'll touch base with them and see if, I think his name is Noah Talley.
I mean, I'm sure there's an app for it.
Well, he made them all himself.
They look good.
Like, it had the actual t-shirt underneath it, say perhaps to drugs, the same exact pants.
It had the sad panda paint.
Everything. So
it looked like Rikki Roxx in cartoon form.
Yeah, so I'll look into it, and if we ever do a Kevin Razlog birthday blowout, maybe we can do
June 3rd.
Do I have plans June 3rd? June 5th, I do.
Oh, wow.
I might be in Kentucky. I don't know.
Might. Look at this big rock. I might be on halfway side across the country by then, but you never know.
Razlog Fathead. That's what Steve Dave wants to say.
You want one above your bed? We'll make it happen. So when you wake up, there's just me going, motherfucker.
All right. We're going to get out of here. I gotta figure this. I gotta figure my life out.
Rikki is gonna take a cold ass shower,
dude. I'm thinking. When you, this is how I feel right now. When you sleep and you wake up and you're kind of have those like cold sweats, like you're sick or something like that, and you wake up and your sheets are all like.
So you got COVID from hot wings?
It's not COVID. I feel like I'm kidding. I feel like I'm legitimately sick. No, not like. I kind of have that like glossy feel, like when you wake up and you're like, oh, I was sweating all night, and we're not hot, but you're still sweating.
I wouldn't know.
It's a thing.
I'm the epitome of stellarness.
Okay. All right, a Shutter, Cottonmouth.
Now make sure you refrigerate these, because it said on all the bottles. I looked.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, refrigerate after opening.
I'll throw them in the fridge.
I was waiting for you to say, I'm going to throw them out.
I'm going to throw it. Fuck no, that's like $70 worth of hot sauce right there. This whole show cost me like $100 to do.
Let's get those views up.
I know, right?
Share, like, and subscribe.
Make sure you smash it, share it, like it, do whatever you do. Bash things, do it.
Mash the button. That's all you gotta do. Just mash it.
All right, we're getting out of here.
All right, peace out, bitches.
Later. This is
time and stuff, my mind is off, but I can't sleep. Just can't sleep. One time I fight with bloodshot eyes, she helps me find some inner peace, and she takes me away. Won't do anything, just isn't enough to stay in this altered state, flowing through my veins, and I'm flying far away with Mary Jane. Can't describe the peace I find when she's nearby. She sets me free. She sets me free. I can't deny my mouth is dry, senses are blinded, I can't speak, but she takes me away. Every time that I try to get her out of my mind, she finds a way back inside my head. Up down, probably place till I die. I just look getting high. I always have a good time, but I've got cotton mouth like a bitch, like a bitch, like a bitch. Like a one that won't do anything. Just isn't enough to stay in this altered state. Flowing through my veins, and I'm flying far away with Mary Jane. Mary Jane, oh my Mary.
Hey kids, would you like to be a rock god the likes of David Lee Roth in his heyday? Then you need to get the
Rikki Roxx Rock God Starter Kit.
Each kit comes complete with black nail polish, eyeliner, sparkly scarf, an actual chick magnet, a velvet jacket to make all the girls go wild, and an over-the-hat skull cap with bandana accessory. Act Now will also include a handy booklet showing you all the best places to wear your sunglasses at night. Regularly a $29.95 value, now yours free when you take advantage of this fabulous offer. But don't act just yet. We'll also throw in a wall poster chart diagramming all the best rock faces to enchant your audience, proven to wet the ladies' panties in mere seconds. For all you newbies, this great kit also includes a CD demonstrating how to push your voice for the radio, taught by Rikki Roxx himself. So quit being a big puss and man up rock style with the
Rikki Roxx Rock God Starter Kit.
Now yours for just $29.95 plus $99.95 shipping and handling. Call now. 1-800-ROCK-GOD. That's 1-800-ROCKGOD. Now. Operators and tattooed hookers are standing by to take your order.
Feel your best before making an arrest. What you gonna pick? Top pockets when you don't want something salady. Avoid police What you gonna pick? Hot Pockets.
Hot Pockets, filled with juicy jelly, mouth-watering maple and bacon, and creamy custard on a crispy donut.
When you want an easy meal while you're busting that your deal, what you gonna pick? Hot Pockets.
The cop meal in a pocket.
What you gonna pick? Hot Pockets.
Rikki Roxx, Rikki Roxx. It's Rikki Roxx, coming out of the box. Bitches come in flocks, trying to steal his jocks. He needs to be contained with padded rocks. It's the Rikki Roxx Show, spreading like the pox. Rikki Roxx, Rikki Roxx. Rikki Roxx, Rikki Roxx, yeah. Rikki Roxx, Rikki Roxx. Rikki Roxx, Rikki Roxx, yeah.
Rikki Roxx up in your grill, motherfucker.
Hey, this is Rikki Roxx, and you are listening to Rocks100.com.